Good morning. My name is Ajulu Chukwu Okabwe, and we are on to the discussion segment on Good Morning Anambra this lovely Wednesday, the 6th day of November 2024. And the topic we'll be discussing this morning is integrated measles immunization campaign in Anambra State. Well, I'm sure most of you know what measles is, but we have in the studio this morning Onwe Ebuzina Uju, who is a State Health Education Officer. She will be enlightening us, informating us, educating us on the issues surrounding measles immunization campaign in Anambra. A blessed morning to you, Uju.
Good morning.
Thank
you. Anambra.
Thank you so much. Because without wasting much of our time, Anambra measles, so that we can know what we are really talking about and how we can go about prevention and then the awareness campaign with the immunization.
Okay, thank you very much. Ndeba Anambra ụtụtụ ọma. Ife bụ measles bụ arụbala. Arụbala bụ ihe na-agbakasị ụmụaka n'arụ. Anyị mal na arụbala anụnwa na ọ na-eme ụmụaka ọgụchicha afọ obi ma nke ọ na-asụ ụtafa n'anya. Arụbala anụnwa ọ bụ na enebara anya ọfụma ọ na-akpọchi ụmụaka ntị, ọ na-ekpufe isi, ọ na-egbukwa ụmụaka egbu. Then in our routine immunization, I mal n'ọgwụ arụbala anụnwa the measles vaccine anyị na-enye ụmụazị mgbe fa dị 9 months. Anyị na-agbakwa ya na year and 3 months over 15 months na ndụ nwatakịrị ọbụla. So arụbala bụ ife na-emekpa ụmụaka arụrị nne. Anambra State na join the whole country because this measles campaign ọ bụrụ ọsọsọ na Anambra ka a na-eme ya. Other states agbago this measles campaign. So Anambra na join other states ka anyị wee gbaa this measles campaign wee gbochie ọrịa anụnwa na-emekpa ụmụaka arụ bụ arụbala. Daalụrị nne.
Nkọwago ihe arụbala bụ and ihe otu si enye ụmụazị ma nne na nna ezigbo warrior and the rest of it all. But then ị na-ekwu na no ụmụazị the 9 months or the rest ka na-agbalụ ọgwụ a, or every child need to take this vaccination when child nwere certain form of will I say deficiency, maybe at birth, or maybe the nutrition the mother can take will take you. That is why a child will need this immunization to start with.
Okay, thank you. This measles vaccination kwesịrị ka nwatakịrị ọbụla amụlụ take the measles vaccine when the child is at the age of 9 months and a year and 3 months. Ọ na-enyelụfa aka maka ụmụazị na-enwere good feeding. Ọ na-enyelụfa aka to boost their immunity. Onwe ka enwe esue because you know it's a viral infection. So when this measles viral infection ọ bịara na nwatakịrị because no gbago that vaccine. Measles is one of the vaccine preventable disease. So nwatakịrị ahụ agba anya at 9 months and a year and 3 months. Okay, protect here against that viral infection. So it's not only the children not well to do or children not they feed well. Whether you are feeding well or you're not feeding well, you need to take this vaccine for you to be protected against this viral infection. Thank you.
Thank you so much. But Kaigagodu for a short break. When we come back, we'll definitely continue. Don't go anywhere. Naina Chiata. Glad to have you back from that break. Joining us as we continue to talk about integrated measles immunization campaign in Anambra State. Joining us this morning is Edith Onwuka, who is a state immunization officer. Well, glad to have you this morning, Edith.
Thank you, and I apologize for coming late.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate that. We were just talking about what measles is all about, Anambra, and then the immunization plans and who is eligible to have this immunization. We talked about, is it something that a mother can take, you understand, preventing a child to be born and then needing to take it 9 months after? But I've gotten clarification on that. And secondly, the next question that's going to be coming to you is now, if measles is one of the killer diseases or immunization children should take, you understand, how much sensitization have, parents, mothers gotten in order to know that this is a must for them and their child when the child comes into play? How much campaign? Because you need to sensitize the mothers first for them to know the importance, you understand, before you now start bringing the child for that immunization. So how much campaign has gone around in order to sensitize the women in the rural communities, even in the cities and the rest of it all?
Okay, thank you. Coming to sensitization, already in Anambra State, we have structure. And sensitization is component of what we call ACSM, advocacy, communication, and social mobilization. So in Anambra State, we have structures of this sensitization starting from state to local government and even to the world level. So over the years, we have been doing campaign in Anambra. And we have been having a successful campaign courtesy of good social mobilization. So already we have that structure on ground that any campaign we are doing, we already have a channel. We already have a channel how this information will flow. Coming to the state, we have the state social mobilization committee who engages stakeholders at state level. And the stakeholders cut across different ministries: women affairs, education, health, youth and sports, and so on and so forth. So after that, if you go to local government, we have the social mobilization committee, and then we have also our focal person called LGA social mobilization officer. And at that level, they engage various stakeholders. The chairman is the chairman of the local government is chairman of that committee, and they engage stakeholder at that level, the heads of schools, the PTAs, the markets, the churches. Then coming to the ward level, the ward is now the aspect that is nearer to the people, the ward focal person, and also the people we call ward health development committee. They engage people at the grassroots. So with all this thing over years, we have been having good sensitization, and already for this campaign, we've started mobilization since 3 months ago. The state health educator is here. He has done a marvelous work in terms of reaching the mothers and telling them the target age for this vaccination and the risk, because actually there is a risk in a measles outbreak and measles infection or disease, because the child may end up being disabled, either being deaf or dumb, or having a severe dehydration that may even lead to death. So for that case, we don't joke with measles campaign. In 2022, we had measles campaign, and it is done 2 years. Reason being that we need to be boosting up the children's immunity until the child is above 5 years. As you know, under 5, their immunity is not all that wonderful to get off any infection that goes. So because of that, in immunization cycle, we focus more on this 0 to 59 months. But coming to measles is taken at 9 months. So this campaign is targeting children 9 months to 59 months. Okay. Whether you have been immunized before or you have not been immunized before. If you have been immunized before, this is second opportunity for them to get that measles and then get themselves protected.
And during our routine immunization, we also have a second dose of measles. So we have the first dose at 9 months. 9 months. And the second, a year and 3 months, 15 months, we take the second dose.
Okay, now, they say there's no repentance in heaven. So now, if you by chance miss that immunization, any chance you might get to take it even if you're past 1 year and 3 months?
Yes,
and
yes.
it won't affect you within, so long you're within the bracket of 5 years?
Yeah. But
then for the children above 2 years, it will not have the opportunity if it is not campaign. It's only in campaign that we accommodate 9 months to 59 months.
Okay.
Yes, for routine immunization, we accommodate below 2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now, you were talking about the campaign that you take to churches and the rest of it. Bikono, campaign because sometimes when you tell a mother, if the father gets to know too, it will further enshrine the urgency, the need for him to even, probably maybe even take the wife or the mother and the child to immunization center. So I believe that it should be all encompassing. As you're passing the campaign to mothers, you equally be passing. I remember when I had my first child, I made sure that I followed my wife because the excitement was actually there.
Yeah.
I followed her through all the whole antenatal process. But I didn't do that by the time the second one was coming because I already had experienced the euphoria. You understand? I had experienced euphoria. And it was glad to see men bring their wives for antenatal, sit down. When the women are there having their sessions, that's
the male involvement we are talking about.
Exactly. So
yes. And during our stakeholders engagement meeting, men were involved.
Because
so
it is very important, it is very, very important to carry us along.
We had our town hall meeting in Oka here, which involved the religious leaders, the traditional rulers, the women group, the Asatu men, PGs, all of them, they were here during our town hall meeting. And he said something concerning our awareness. That's why we are here. It's also awareness. And in our radio stations, ABS is one that is carrying our jingle.
Exactly.
240 slots of jingle. It's awareness, and we're using our town announcers in our various communities.
Now, I haven't invested time, resources, and money into this. On where challenges you face, as in trying to get this your job, your noble job, making sure that Anambra are safe and free from measles. On where challenges
Yes. You cannot talk about immunization without talking about challenges.
Really?
A whole lot of challenges. Let me start from the smallest one, being resistance from some parents. Some
based
parents,
on cultural or religious grounds? Based
on their belief or, that they don't want to take immunization. Immunization is very, very safe. Advanced country today that have a very high health indices and indicators, immunization is their topmost priority.
Now, so, you as an health worker, now so, can you the resistance, the parents
at times, or they are not aware. That's why we are doing much in investing much in social mobilization.
Okay.
They will not resist. So it's one of the challenges which is surmountable. Most of the time, we do take care of it as it arises. Then other ones like insecurity in some part of the LGA, in that area, we surmount it by using locals. For example, in EL, we recruit people from there to work within. That's using the locals, leaders.
What of those hard to reach areas, the riverine areas, the hinterlands?
Yes, we also use them.
Like in camps, that's what we call hard to reach area in our immunization. Normally, we do have plans for them because some people living in the camps, we have to reach them because as they are there farming, not there. So, and immunization says reach every child. So we are determined to reach every child, no matter where that child is staying. That is why we have partners supporting us. We have UNICEF, state governments have done wonderful. This time around, the UNICEF, the WHO, they are all committed in making sure that we reach every child in Anambra State, irrespective of where the child is staying. And we are committed to doing that. Now we are having flooding in some area. Our teams are already in the camp, immunizing.
Already in the camp?
Yes, we don't want to lose those people.
Today, yes, we don't want to lose any of them.
Any of them. So we are going to do vaccination in the camp.
We don't want to miss any child. As far as that child is eligible, you receive this measles vaccine.
That's the message.
Okay, that's interesting. But now, is this immunization this campaign means Oga fecha this campaign. Any person try immunize against measles, yakugo.
No, immunization is free in Anambra State.
Free.
Like she said. Like she said. Yeah.
Yes,
Oga fecha, so every other one was the.
No, routine immunization continues, but the age differs.
Yes. It continues.
It continues.
And we can have facility of now. Open treaty of my call so number. Number commissioner be there. Number ES be there. So you call
now that immunization in Anambra State.
Don't collect funding.
We are now using this opportunity to sensitize.
Yes.
So if I tell you
Our commissioner said it. If Bobo Nana Lugego just don't get one number and down. If one number, they will address it.
Immunization is free of charge. UNICEF gives us vaccine free of charge, so and we are committed to giving it free of charge.
Yes, it's free.
Even the HPV vaccine, the newly introduced one that they sell like 60,000 in the markets, we give it free of charge.
It's free.
Wow, that is really, really good. It's unfortunate that Maga fecha age Nabwa measles, but I believe every person that is, healthy probably had the vaccination when he or she was little. But now, the vaccine, like, there was a case of vaccine in Uganda some years ago, I seen a side effect and, all whatnot and everything. I think that one was for polio or the rest of it all. And, news travels fast. On any side effects to children, maybe somebody reacts and everything like that, and people begin to wonder, on vaccine in the US, UNICEF, you understand? So is this thing just one shot gets and takes it all or solves everything?
Yes, actually, the vaccine has proven to be safe because any vaccine we are using is WHO pre-qualified. So, and even the paracetamol, ordinary drugs you take, at times you do have side effects. So in immunization, we call it adverse event following immunization. So like if you ask your wife, after some vaccination like Penta, the children normally have mild fever. That mild fever, this is an antigen being introduced to the body of the child. So, and it needs to react. So that process of reaction, we give rise to just slight increase in temperature, which is transient. It subsides within 24 hours. So, but for immunization, since we started in Anambra State, we have not recorded any serious AEFI. So it is very, very safe. And also, the health workers has been trained, and it's qualified health workers that are licensed to give injection that will give this vaccine to the children because it is injectable. So the possibility of side effects is minimal because we have put all the measures on ground to make sure that it doesn't happen. But for the vaccine itself, it's very, very safe.
It's safe and effective. So no reason for fear.
Okay.
Our immunization is very, very safe. Our vaccine is very, very safe.
So the administration is for the health workers to give, not you give to the parents to give to the child.
No. The health workers, trained health workers will give.
Yeah.
They know the site of the injection.
And they know how to administer.
Exactly.
So even a parent cannot want to.
No.
Well,
this one is injectable.
It's not oral.
It's not oral.
Okay, it's injectable.
Injectable. Yes, upper arm.
Okay.
Left upper arm.
I think I remember I took something of such.
When we were in school that time, they were using Fidojet.
Okay, that one that looks like AK-47. Well, we're still live on ABS Anambra Broadcasting Service when we're talking about the Anambra campaign for immunization, and I implore that you take your child to the nearest health facility to get that child immunized against measles because, sincerely speaking, our healthy nation is a productive nation, and that is what we want to have for Anambra starting with. Well, without much time, let us go and get to hear from our street parliamentarians on the topic that we are discussing this morning, talking about measles campaign in Anambra. Don't go anywhere. The show continues shortly after this break.
ọgwụ mgbochi a na-aba uru ọfụma. One, ọ na-eme ka ụmụaka ọ bụrụ ọya niile ụmụaka na-aya ka ha ga-aya. Ọ na-egbochi n'etu ụmụazị ịya ọya. Daị nke mbụ. Nke ịbụ, ọgwụ mgbochi ọ dị ka nwaanyị dị ime ọ na-aga atinenti oge ọbụla bifo ọmụ nwa. Ọ na-eme ka nwa nọrọ ọfụma, na mgbe nwaanyị a ga-amụ nwa ọmụkwa nwa ịhụtatị na ahụ nwa ahụ ga-adịkwa mma dutu ọgwụ n'ahụ ṅụrụ mgbe ọ dị ime. Otu a ka ọ dịkwa na ụmụaka ịgba ọgwụ mgbochi. A na-agba ọgwụ mgbochi hụ na arụ nwatakịrị a ga-adị iche fọm arụ ụmụazị ọzọ a na-agbara ọgwụ mgbochi, maka ọ bụrụ ọya niile nwee ike ịya nwatakịrị a na-agba ọgwụ mgbochi. Mana ọ bụ na nwatakịrị a na-agba ọgwụ mgbochi, o nwere ọya ga-agafete otu a ofelu nwatakịrị ha duto o nwere ọgwụ ọ na-ala akụ n'ahụ ya.
Ọgwụ mgbochi bara uru nke ukwuu na ndụ ụmụaka karịsịa ndị na-etolite etolite. Ihe dịka nwa m nwoke a na-agba ya ọgwụ, amaka m na ọgwụ a na-agba ya bụ ka ọ ghara inweta ọrịa dị aṅaa. Uru ya bụ ọgwụ mgbochi na-aba ka ọrịa ghara ịtụ ụmụaka, maka na ọrịa ndị a bụ ndị si n'ikuku aga. Mana ọ bụ na agba ọgwụ dị otu ahụ, ọ ga-enye aka iji gbochie ọrịa ahụ. Ọ bụghị naanị arụbara bụ measles, makwa ọgba agba na ndị otu ya, ma ụkwara na ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Ọgwụ mgbochi bụ ihe kwesịrị ekwesị ka a na-agba karịsịa ụmụaka. Ọ dịkwa mkpa ka a na-agba ya ndị okenye, mana ọ na-aka mma ka agba ya ụmụaka.
Ọ na-egbochi ha ibute ọya measles. Measles na-abụ ajọ ọrịa. Ọ bụ nwatakịrị ga-agba ọgwụ mgbochi ọbara na-afatacha ya bụ na ịgba ọgwụ measles ahụ na-eme ya ka ọ ghara ịpụta na ọya ndị ọzọ.
Unu anụgokwana ya ka ndị Anambra si wee na-ekwu the importance of immunization against measles. Sunday na-ekwu okwu about whether the disease, measles is contagious and the rest of it. So any person that has it, there's a propensity for you to spread it.
Because it's airborne.
Okay.
Yeah, the child that has it, if he coughs or sneeze, and the particle suspension in the air, it will spread another person. That's why we are serious on immunization. If you have a strong immunity built through vaccination, you will not get. But once you see outbreaks occurring, that means the herd immunity is low. Imagine ihe nchekwa dị na ụmụaka adịgo low. That's why OGF. But ọ bụ na ịgbasi ọgwụ kịta onwegodo onye bụ ya bata, the child cannot get it because already the immunity had to go built through the vaccination. And
just 2 shots is what somebody needs in a lifetime.
It's 1 shot actually.
No, also 9 months and one at
a year and 3 months.
And that's.
But irrespective of your routine one you've taken, the person will still take those for this campaign.
So there's none for adults.
No, we don't have for adults.
From 6 years, we believe your immunity is building up and you can get rid of some infections.
Also, measles, the O2 or just other 5 deadly diseases.
Corona, like yellow fever. Other viral diseases like yellow fever, meningitis, and so on.
But measles takes care of measles.
Yes, I am a yellow fever campaign in this state. I am a meningitis campaign in this state.
Okay.
So yellow fever is every 10 years.
Okay, every 10 years.
So I am a sometime 2016.
Okay. Well, that's really interesting to know. Well, thank you. So, as an adult, I don't need to worry about measles. But
support your women and the children.
Yeah. I'm doing my advocacy here by preaching the gospel of measles and then the need for parents out there. You understand? Wherever you are, listening, be it at the office or in your comfort zone of your house, tell your neighbor. If you know you have a neighbor that has a newborn, tell the person about the importance of this, and that is what we tend to do here, so that we can have a better and a healthy Anambra State and then Nigeria at large. Quickly, let me come to you, Uju. Talking about the sensitization and the awareness campaign, we have other communities living within Anambra. We have the Hausa community, we have the Yoruba community, we have other tribe community. Don't you guys have this issue when the northern people will tell you that they don't want their children to be immunized and stuff like that, like we had sometime in the north? When such challenges?
During our advocacy, like the SIO said that it's about ACSM, Advocacy, Communication and Social Mobilization. During our advocacy, we paid advocacy to the Seriki of Muslim community. And during our town hall meeting, they were all involved. We have Hausa people, Yoruba, the Muslim, they were there at that town hall meeting. So, Achoba, now they
encourage us a lot,
When it is time for this immunization, if you see the way they will, on Friday we'll visit mosque, like we said that we are starting today, next tomorrow being Friday, if you go to mosque, all the eligible children, they will bring them out. Because all of them, they will comply towards Seriki, or whoever that is their leader said, they will bring out all the eligible children to get vaccinated, so they don't give us headache. They are cooperating very, very well with us.
Well, that is really interesting to know about that, because the most important thing, like you always say, that really touched me was when you said that you guys had even covered the displaced people by flood, and these are the areas where you could have 1 or 2 people being, totally missed, and like something that is airborne, something that is highly contagious. If we miss out a community, we definitely might have
we are putting the community
outbreak.
to risk.
We might definitely have an
Governor in Anambra East, that was on Sunday. Yesterday, and there were a lot of promises in the WHO now, building a health center, kind of. There is a mobile something that they will just, for this flood time, they will be there vaccinating people. Our people, the health workers, they are there already. They are going there today to do this, set up that health mobile clinic there. For them to, all those children will be there. They will vaccinate each and every one of them, all the eligible children. And the other treatments of minor, since they are crowded in that place, that IDP, a lot of diseases will come up there. There are enough of the same background. And because the place is overcrowded, there's the way that all these outbreaks, they will have outbreaks there in that place. So to avoid all these outbreaks, the immunization team that they already immunizing our children.
So now talking about weather outbreak and the likes of it, when you make sure that Anambra is safe and that you've taken care of Anambra State, you've done your immunization and no stone is left unturned. What happens to the neighboring states? The state bordering Anambra State, because of movement of people. You understand? People coming in. So how do you checkmate that to make sure that we don't have a outbreak?
Okay, already we have what we call border synchronization during campaigns. So the neighboring states and our state, they come together to have, clear boundaries. And as Enugu State have done this campaign, Imo State did last year. Last year, Abia did last year. So for now, we did border synchronization with Enugu State, cover this place, because in Anambra, that Uguoba axis is usually a problem. They will come, we will come, and then we vaccinate if we are doing together. Now they have done their own. We met, they know where they covered, and then during our own that is starting today, I am but why we are doing it is to make sure no any child is in a border. Because border is always important to us, because the child can move from Enugu, but Anambra. The same thing, and vice versa.
Any child that vaccinates, finger marking.
Finger marking, how long does that take before a wipe is out?
On and up to 3 weeks.
We have an indelible pen marker.
It stays up to 3 weeks. And we give them card.
Okay, you give cards on and off 3 weeks.
They cannot move around with the card, but that if you see any eligible child, and between 9 months to 59 months, each a man that child must go vaccinated. Even if not, go or child as clear as my own that have not taken that
vaccination.
vaccination and they didn't rub anything indelible mark
and
on my
as we are marking it, we make sure it touches skin.
the skin.
Because even if the child, you know, or marginates or the skin. Okay. So that's why as we are marking, I gave me a
Nisi Akieva. That's called
metuna the skin of more just like it is to vote. Okay. Because it is on Anambra will test more chapia. Bana ordinary skin it until the expiration of that indelible mark.
There's nothing like overdose, okay?
Yes, in vaccines we have measures to prevent double vaccination. Overdose.
There's double vaccination, and when your man take care, maybe the mark when goes to Apple, and then the parents couldn't say more. Maybe things of this nature say out of maybe negligence or maybe some error or the other.
Only for you, not gotten any report.
You go our health workers. This advanced event following immunization, it will be taken care of. We have our doctors in all the LGA, something like that is where arising. And we'll antidote again.
Okay.
But I don't think any child and when the doctors know on ground, the health workers, they will just report to the facility that is in charge of that LGA. It will be taken care of.
Thank you so much. You really dealt so much on this immunization. I'm just wishing I could just go back to maybe 1980s and the rest of it. Anyway. Well, on this note, Ben, before we pass out, I just want you to just give us 1 or 2 passing shots so that people can definitely cap into Immunization.
Okay. Anambra biko. Anye ebidogo ogwu mgbochi taa. I don't really ihe mamara ma uju okulu. Anyị enwe ihe anyị na-akpọ staggering. Anyị all the local government ga-ebido today.
Okay.
4 local government amasa ebido. Anambra East, Anambra West, Ayamelum and Ogbaro. Ebe na-enwe flooding. So I chọ ka militanata.
Also IDP camp I get to go for now.
Yes. Okay. Militanata before I aba, but now I na vaccinate na their IDP camps.
And you had to reach. So had to reach out ka iwe je nyo fuma. We fundi ni no n'ime eba. With that our term marker. Afọ aga fundi agbalugba no na IDP mba no IDP camp. So obu na ejesi any more militant deka Ogbaro. I'm from Ogbaro. I'm from Anambra East. Ayamelum and Anambra West. Milan Watabago militants now. And to those hard to reach, those people, the hardest to reach because we'll go there. When we go there, we'll not check their fingers. If they are not yet vaccinated, we'll vaccinate them.
So Anambra immunization free of charge. Any parents go. Then our vaccine is safe. Ndi na-agba ọgwụ a the trustworthy maka ndị enyere license ịgba injection. So ka egwu kwụsịtụ n'onye ọbụla. Measles, arụbara onye Anambra ọbụla ma ihe bụ arụbara. Ọbụgodu na o menuru onwa gị ifugo onye omel. So ka anyị were opportunity a wee protect ụmụaka anyị maka arụbara. Maka agbasịa nke a bụzi another 2 years. So we have second opportunity because ka anyị make use of it very well.
Thank you so much, Dalurin. Uju.
I nekene ndị Anambra niile kalịchasịa gọvanọ anyị. Nekene ndị our partners, WHO, UNICEF, Hafinet. Nekene ndị Igwe, nekene ndị PG, ma ndị women leader. Nekene our WDCs, our health workers. I na-asị ka anyị niile ka aka anyị dị n'elu table. Let's all hands be on deck. Ka anyị na anyị achieve this our 95% to see that all our eligible children na agbalụfanchani n'ọgwụ anụ. Maka measles ofu nwa ọbụlụgokwa na outbreak. And I am achọ ka nwatakịrị anyị ọbụla kpuo isi. I am achọ ka nwatakịrị ọbụla ka ọ bụ na ntị echie ya ma ọ n'ode ekwu okwu because no nwere alụbara. So ka onye ọbụla kpọta ụmụ ya ma ndị ụkọchukwu ma ndị fada ma ndị sisters biko ka fanyela anyị akarị nne fụna ụmụazị niile dị eligible na ha ncha niile na-agba alụfọ ọgwụ
Well, on that note, we'll be wrapping up the program this lovely Wednesday morning on integrated measles immunization campaign in Anambra State. Well, you've heard it from the experts, and they've told you the importance of Iwa Ogumpuchi against Arubala. Well, I believe every person out there knows the importance of this, and I believe we'll do the best, the very best that we can in order to forestall any of such happening within our community. I still remain Ajuruchukwu Okabwe on ABS. Good morning, Anambra. We'll definitely get to do it tomorrow, same time, God willing. Bye for now.